welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting with one-shot video on communication skills. Communication is at the heart of all human interactions. It enables us to share ideas, emotions, and information effectively. From personal relationships to business environments, communication plays a critical role. Imagine a team trying to complete a project without sharing updates. It wouldn't work. Effective communication builds connections, solves problems, and drives progress. Today, we'll explore its role and significance. Communication isn't just about talking. It serves several purposes that are essential in our lives. First, it's used for information dissemination. For instance, in classrooms, workplaces, and communities, communication ensures that people are informed and up to date. It also allows for emotional expression. We express our feelings and connect with others, which is crucial in close relationships. Communication is also key to decision-making, as it allows us to work through options and find solutions together, whether in a family or an organization. Additionally, communication is powerful for persuasion and influence. Think about marketing or leadership, where clear messages can change opinions or motivate teams. Lastly, communication is all about building connections. It fosters trust, cooperation, and respect, which are the foundation of all successful relationships. To communicate effectively, there are a few key qualities we need to keep in mind. First is purposefulness. Each message should have a clear purpose, like teaching, entertaining, or persuading. We should also consider that communication is context-driven. For example, the style of communication we use in a formal work setting is different from a casual chat with friends. Communication is dynamic. It's a two-way process where both sides need to stay engaged, listen, and adapt. It's also a structured process, meaning that each stage, from creating the message to sharing and receiving it, needs to be clear. Finally, communication shapes our relationships. The words and tone we use affect how others feel and respond, so being mindful of these influences is key to maintaining healthy connections. Let's dive deeper into one of the main types of communication, verbal communication. Verbal communication is anything we convey through spoken or written words. Spoken communication includes things like presentations, phone calls, and conversations, where tone and articulation are important to make sure we're understood. Written communication includes emails, reports, and letters. Here, structure and grammar are especially important, since they ensure that readers clearly understand our message. In both cases, effective verbal communication helps us avoid misunderstandings and express our ideas in a straightforward way. Now, nonverbal communication might seem subtle, but it's incredibly powerful. It includes all the ways we convey meaning without using words. For instance, our gestures can show agreement or disagreement. A nod, for example, shows we're following along. Facial expressions can reveal our emotions instantly, even if we haven't said a word. Eye contact is crucial in creating connections. It shows we're paying attention. Finally, there's proxemics, or the physical distance we keep, which can show how formal or informal we're being. Nonverbal cues often reinforce what we're saying, so being aware of them makes us much better communicators. To use verbal communication well, we need specific skills. Articulation and vocabulary are essential because choosing the right words and pronouncing them clearly prevents confusion. Then, clarity and simplicity in our language make sure everyone, regardless of background, can follow along. Being a good communicator also means being a good listener. Listening to others shows respect and lets us respond thoughtfully. Finally, the tone and inflection we use, like raising our voice for emphasis, helps convey our emotions and intentions, which is particularly important in situations where we need to be persuasive. Let's look at some common methods of nonverbal communication. Facial expressions are a major one. Even a simple smile or raised eyebrow can communicate a lot about our feelings. Gestures are another. Hand movements, for example, can add emphasis to what we're saying. Posture is also powerful. Standing or sitting up straight shows confidence, while slouching might imply disinterest. And our appearance, how we dress and present ourselves, can set the tone for interactions, especially in professional settings. Each of these methods adds meaning to our words, so they're important to pay attention to in any conversation. Body language is often considered the unspoken element of communication. Positive body language, like open gestures and smiling, helps show that we're engaged and friendly. On the other hand, negative body language, such as crossed arms or avoiding eye contact, can signal disinterest or defensiveness. A great technique in conversations is mirroring, subtly mimicking someone's body language, like matching their posture. This helps establish rapport, as people tend to feel more comfortable around those who mirror them. In many ways, our body language can make our words more impactful and build stronger connections. Of course, effective communication isn't always easy. There are barriers that can disrupt it. Physical barriers like noise or poor lighting make it hard to hear or see the message clearly. Psychological barriers include emotions like stress or anger, which can affect how we interpret what's being said. And then there's language and jargon. Technical language or unfamiliar terms can make the message confusing. Overcoming these barriers means being attentive to both the speaker and the environment, using clear language, and making sure everyone feels comfortable. We also face socio-psychological barriers, which come from individual backgrounds, personality traits, and social positions. Status and hierarchies like a boss and employee relationship can make it difficult for people to share feedback honestly. Attitudes and biases can also affect communication, as people might dismiss or judge others based on their beliefs. Finally, emotional reactions like impatience or jealousy can create tension. Understanding these barriers is key to creating an open and respectful environment where everyone feels heard and valued. Let's talk about intercultural barriers, which happen when people from different cultural backgrounds communicate. For example, differences in language and symbolism can lead to misunderstandings. Idioms or gestures that are normal in one culture might be offensive in another. Even nonverbal cues, like eye contact or personal space, can vary across cultures. To communicate effectively in such situations, it's important to learn about and respect cultural norms, making efforts to find common ground. Communication barriers aren't impossible to overcome. Here's how we can tackle them. Feedback mechanisms. Asking questions to confirm understanding. Ensure that both parties are on the same page. Practicing active listening by fully focusing on the speaker helps reduce misunderstandings. Adapting our communication style to the context and audience, such as using simple language for non-experts, improves clarity. Lastly, developing cultural sensitivity helps us recognize and respect differences, fostering inclusivity in diverse settings. Choosing the right medium is critical for effective communication. For instance, oral communication like phone calls or meetings is great for immediate feedback and quick decision-making. Written communication, such as emails or reports, is ideal for detailed records and sharing complex information. Visual communication, using charts or infographics, simplifies data-heavy content, making it easier to understand. The best medium depends on the urgency, complexity, and purpose of your message. Effective communication follows these principles. Correctness ensures accuracy and credibility by sticking to facts. Clarity avoids confusion by using simple, straightforward language. Conciseness respects the audience's time by being brief, but complete. Courtesy builds rapport by being polite and respectful. When these principles are combined, messages are received and understood exactly as intended. Group communication is essential for teamwork and collaboration. Think about meetings where ideas are exchanged and decisions are made. These meetings might be informational, problem-solving, or brainstorming sessions. In group discussions, participants share perspectives openly, encouraging creativity. Roles are also important, like the chairperson, who guides the conversation, and the recorder, who documents key points. Clear communication within groups leads to stronger outcomes and better coordination. Every participant in group communication plays a role. The leader or chairperson ensures discussions stay on track and meet objectives. Contributors share insights and ideas, helping to shape the conversation. Listeners synthesize information and ensure that no idea is overlooked. Finally, the recorder captures key decisions, ensuring everyone is aligned. When each role is performed effectively, group communication becomes highly productive. Effective presentations begin with preparation. First, research your topic thoroughly and outline key points in a logical structure. Knowing your audience is also crucial. What do they already know, and what do they want to learn? For example, a technical presentation for experts might include detailed data, while a talk for a general audience should use simpler explanations. A well-prepared presentation flows smoothly from introduction to conclusion, keeping the audience engaged. Visual aids enhance presentations by making ideas clearer and more engaging. Use concise slides with key points and visuals like graphs or images to complement your message. Avoid overcrowding slides with too much text, as it can distract your audience. Videos or animations can be helpful for explaining complex concepts, but they should be short and relevant. Remember, visuals should support your presentation, not overpower it. Engaging your audience during a presentation is just as important as the content. Start with a captivating opener, like a surprising statistic or an interesting story, to grab attention. Use interactive elements, such as asking questions or pausing for input, to keep the audience involved. Storytelling is another great technique. It makes your message relatable and memorable. An engaged audience is more likely to understand and retain what you share. The way you deliver your presentation matters a lot. Use voice modulation to keep your tone dynamic and engaging, and adjust your pace so it's neither too fast nor too slow. Your body language should reflect confidence. Stand tall, make eye contact, and use gestures naturally. Pay attention to audience feedback. If they seem confused, take a moment to clarify points. A confident and attentive delivery makes a lasting impression. After a presentation, a Q&A session is a great way to clarify doubts and engage further. To handle questions effectively, prepare for common queries in advance. It builds confidence. When responding, be concise and focused, making sure to address the question directly. If you're unsure of an answer, it's okay to say you'll research it and follow up later. This shows honesty and a commitment to providing accurate information. Spoken communication is more than just words. It's about how you say them. Your tone and pitch convey emotions like excitement or seriousness. For instance, a rising tone might indicate a question, while a steady tone suggests confidence. Fluency and coherence ensure that your ideas are organized and easy to follow. Clear pronunciation is crucial for understanding, and while accents vary, enunciating words carefully helps ensure your message is received as intended. Written communication requires precision and structure. Grammar and syntax play a big role in ensuring clarity, while using the right vocabulary prevents ambiguity. Unlike spoken words, written communication doesn't have tone or inflection, so the choice of words must convey the exact meaning. Additionally, writing in a structured format, like proper paragraphs in reports or professional tone in emails, makes your message more effective and professional. Formal and informal communications serve different purposes. Formal communication, like business emails or reports, follows strict grammar and structure, focusing on professionalism. On the other hand, informal communication, like casual chats or messages among friends, is more relaxed and can use colloquial language. While informal communication allows for more personal expression, maintaining respect and clarity is essential in both styles. English usage varies across regions. For instance, vocabulary differs. What's called petrol in British English is gasoline in American English. Grammar can also vary. Americans use the present perfect less frequently. Even pronunciation differs. British English is often non-rhotic, meaning the R in words like car is less pronounced. Understanding these variations helps us communicate effectively in a global context. Etiquette and manners are key to positive interactions. Politeness, using phrases like please and thank you, shows respect. Listening skills, like making eye contact and nodding, demonstrate attentiveness and respect for the speaker's time. Being aware of personal space is also important. Respecting others' comfort zones shows consideration and builds trust in interactions. Proper greetings and introductions set the tone for any interaction. In formal settings, a handshake or polite nod is common, while casual settings might involve a friendly hi or wave. Introducing someone involves clear articulation and often includes their title, like Dr. or Mr., to show respect. Being aware of cultural norms is essential. For example, bowing may replace handshakes in certain cultures, ensuring respectful communication. Telephone etiquette ensures professionalism during calls. Start with a clear greeting, like stating your name or organization, to set the right tone. Active listening is critical. Pay attention to the caller, take notes, and confirm details to avoid misunderstandings. When ending a call, summarize key points and use polite phrases such as "thank you for calling" or "have a great day" to leave a positive impression. Building a strong vocabulary is essential for effective communication. Using a dictionary helps verify meanings, pronunciation, and usage of words, while a thesaurus is great for finding synonyms and avoiding repetitive language. Both tools improve language precision and allow you to express ideas more effectively. Practicing regularly with these resources enriches your vocabulary over time. Certain words can cause confusion, like affect and effect. These often lead to misunderstandings in both spoken and written communication. Understanding the differences between homophones, words that sound the same but have different meanings, and learning commonly confused words can improve clarity and prevent errors in communication. One-word substitutions help make language more concise and readable. For example, instead of saying "give up," you could use the word "surrender," or instead of "in a short period," simply say "soon." This practice not only sharpens communication but also enriches your vocabulary. Regularly practicing these substitutions helps you express ideas clearly and efficiently. Strong comprehension skills are essential for academic and professional success. When reading, identify the main ideas, supporting details, and any inferred meanings. Techniques like skimming to get the overall idea and scanning to locate specific details help improve comprehension. Practicing these skills consistently, such as by summarizing or discussing what you've read, also boosts retention and recall. When writing a letter, it's important to first identify its purpose. Are you requesting information, addressing a concern, or confirming details? Knowing the purpose keeps your message focused. Then, consider your audience. Tailoring your message to their background and expectations makes it more effective. Setting clear objectives for your letter ensures it serves its purpose, without unnecessary details. Good letter writing requires organizing content logically. Start by outlining your key points so that the message flows clearly from one idea to the next. Include supporting information, like examples or data, to reinforce your message and arrange these points in order of importance. A well-organized letter captures the reader's attention and makes the main ideas easy to follow. A formal letter generally follows a structured format. The opening paragraph should briefly introduce the purpose, while the body contains the main points in detail. End with a closing paragraph that summarizes your intent or calls for any specific action. This structure keeps the message clear, helping the reader to understand your points without confusion. In formal letters, use respectful and clear language. Avoid jargon and overly complex words that may confuse the reader. Clarity and conciseness are crucial, as they make the message easy to read and understand. Even in cases of disagreement, a polite tone shows professionalism, helping maintain a positive relationship with the recipient. An effective letter layout includes the sender's address and date at the top, followed by the recipient's details. Use a respectful salutation like, "Dear Mr. Smith," or "Respected Sir/Madam." Write the body in clear paragraphs and finish with a polite closing, such as "Sincerely" or "Best regards," followed by your signature and name. This format presents your letter professionally. Inquiry letters request specific information about products, services, or topics. When writing an inquiry, be clear about what you need, listing questions or requirements. Replies to inquiries should provide direct answers, addressing each question politely and thoroughly. This exchange creates clear, respectful communication and helps foster positive business relationships. Quotation letters are common in business settings. When requesting a quotation, clearly state what you're looking for, including quantities, delivery terms, and any special requirements. A response providing a quotation should address each request, detailing prices, options, and terms of sale. Clear and polite exchanges help maintain professional relationships and avoid misunderstandings. Bargaining letters are used to negotiate terms, like price or delivery schedules. When requesting a bargain, be polite but assertive, showing interest in the product while stating your expectations. The seller's reply could accept, reject, or offer a counterproposal. A respectful tone in these letters is crucial to maintaining a positive working relationship, even if terms aren't fully agreed upon. Complaint letters address dissatisfaction with a product, service, or experience. When writing a complaint, be clear and specific about the issue. Include details like order numbers or dates. Always remain polite. In reply, acknowledge the complaint sincerely, offer a resolution or explanation, and express gratitude for the feedback. This approach helps build trust and shows professionalism. Memos are short, internal messages used to communicate policies, updates, or instructions within an organization. A memo typically includes a header with details like to, from, and subject, followed by a concise body. The tone is direct and professional, ensuring that the information is clear and actionable. Memos are a quick way to ensure everyone stays informed. Circulars are used to deliver the same message to a large group, such as announcements about events or policy changes. They begin with a clear statement of purpose and provide all relevant details, often formatted with bullet points for readability. The conclusion typically includes contact information for follow-up questions. Circulars ensure consistent communication across an organization or group. Notices are formal announcements often posted publicly to inform people about events, meetings, or warnings. A notice typically includes a title, the content covering the what, when, where, and who, and ends with a date and contact details. Clear and brief writing ensures that the message is easy to understand at a glance. Writing effective paragraphs is key to organized communication. Each paragraph starts with a topic sentence that introduces the main idea. Supporting sentences expand on this idea with evidence or examples, providing depth. A concluding sentence can summarize or link to the next point. This structure ensures your writing flows logically and keeps the reader engaged.
Here's an example.
Topic sentence. The rise of renewable energy is transforming the global energy landscape. Supporting sentences. Governments are investing in solar and wind power to combat climate change. Technological advances have reduced costs, making renewable energy more accessible. Concluding sentence. As a result, renewables are poised to become the dominant energy source in the coming decades. This structure makes the idea clear and easy to follow. Scientific and technical reports are precise documents used to present data or findings. Types include research reports, which present study results, feasibility reports, which analyze proposed solutions, progress reports, which update on ongoing projects, and technical manuals, which offer detailed product instructions. Each report type has a specific purpose and structure. Reports follow a standard structure. Title page includes the title, author, and date. Abstract summarizes the report in 150 to 250 words. Introduction provides context and purpose. Methodology explains how the study was conducted. Results presents findings, often with graphs or tables. Discussion interprets results and their implications. Conclusion summarizes key points and offers recommendations. References lists all cited sources. This layout ensures clarity and logical flow. Effective report writing emphasizes clarity and professionalism. Use simple, direct language to avoid confusion. Maintain an objective tone, focusing on facts and data rather than opinions. Always support your claims with credible evidence, such as research findings or statistics. These practices ensure your report is both informative and reliable. Delivering a powerful speech requires preparation and practice. Start by understanding your audience and the environment. For example, a formal event might require a structured, serious tone, while a casual gathering allows for a lighter approach. Research your topic thoroughly, outline your key points, and practice your delivery to ensure confidence and clarity. Preparing for a speech involves several steps to ensure a strong impact. Start with text preparation by researching the topic and identifying key points to focus on. Structure your speech with a compelling opening, a well-organized body, and a memorable conclusion. Then, practice your delivery aloud, paying attention to timing, articulation, and maintaining an engaging tone. Practicing in front of a mirror or a small audience can help build confidence and improve body language. There are various types of speeches, each suited for different occasions. A commemorative speech honors an individual or event, often using heartfelt language to celebrate achievements. Welcome and introduction speeches are brief and aim to make guests feel comfortable. Farewell speeches focus on memories and well wishes for the future, while condolence speeches offer comfort to those grieving. Each type has its unique tone and purpose, helping convey the right emotions for the occasion. Articles are small but essential in English. Indefinite articles are used when talking about a general, non-specific item, like a cat's orb, an apple. In contrast, the definite article, the, refers to a specific item, like the book on the table. Knowing when to use each article helps add clarity and precision to our language, guiding listeners or readers to understand whether we mean something specific or general. We use the present tense to talk about actions happening now, habits, or general truths. Simple present describes habits or facts that are always true. For example, he walks to school every day tells us about a regular activity. Present continuous describes actions happening right now, like she is reading a book, which means she's reading at this moment. Present perfect connects the past with the present, showing that something happened and still matters now. For instance, they have finished their homework, means it's done, and now they're free. Present perfect continuous describes an action that began in the past and continues now. She has been working here for 2 years shows she started 2 years ago and is still working there. In the past tense, we talk about actions completed in the past, sometimes with a focus on sequence. Simple past describes a completed action, like they went to the park. It's done. Past continuous describes an ongoing action at a specific past time, such as I was cooking dinner when the phone rang, showing 2 actions that happened simultaneously. Past perfect shows an action completed before another past action, like he had left before I arrived. He left first, then I arrived. Past perfect continuous highlights an ongoing past action completed before another event. For example, they had been waiting for an hour when she finally arrived, means the waiting was continuous until she came. The future tense discusses actions that will happen later. Simple future tells us about future events, as in, I will go to the store tomorrow. Future continuous describes a future action in progress at a particular time, like she will be studying at 8 p.m. Future perfect shows an action that will be completed by a specific future time. By next month, he will have finished the project. Future perfect continuous describes an action that will continue up to a future point, such as, they will have been living here for 5 years next month, meaning they started 5 years ago, and will reach that milestone. Conditional sentences show possibilities, using if to explore different outcomes. First conditional describes probable situations. If it rains, we will stay indoors, meaning if it rains, the action of staying inside is likely. Second conditional discusses hypothetical situations. If I won the lottery, I would travel the world, which imagines what could happen, not what is likely. Third conditional is for unreal past situations, as in, if she had studied, she would have passed the test. Here, the studying didn't happen, so the passing didn't happen either. Active and passive voice are 2 ways to structure sentences. In active voice, the subject performs the action, like the chef prepared the meal. In passive voice, the object receives the action. The meal was prepared by the chef. Conversion rules. To convert from active to passive. Identify the subject, verb, and object. Swap the subject and object. Use the correct form of to be with the past participle of the verb. For example, they completed the work becomes the work was completed by them. Passive voice is useful when the focus is on the action itself rather than who did it. In direct speech, we quote exactly what someone said, like he said, I am happy. Indirect speech. In indirect speech, we report what someone said without exact quotes and often change tense and pronouns. He said that he was happy. Conversion rules. To change direct to indirect. Remove quotation marks and add that if needed. Change pronouns and tenses based on the reporting verb. Adjust time expressions, such as today to that day. This keeps indirect speech clear and accurate. Degrees of comparison describe how something compares to others. The positive degree simply describes a quality, like she is tall. The comparative degree compares two things, as in she is taller than her brother. The superlative degree shows the highest degree among more than two, like she is the tallest in her class. Using these degrees correctly helps us express differences clearly. One common error in communication is subject-verb agreement. Make sure singular subjects have singular verbs and plural subjects have plural verbs. For example, he go to school is incorrect. It should be he goes to school. Following this rule helps maintain clarity. Misplaced modifiers. Another common mistake is misplaced modifiers. Place modifiers near the word they describe. For instance, he almost drove his kids to school every day implies he didn't quite do it, which is unclear. The correct version is he drove his kids to school almost every day, which makes the intended meaning clear. Learning is the process of gaining knowledge or skills through study or experience. It includes different styles. Auditory learners benefit from listening. Visual learners remember information better through images or diagrams. Kinesthetic learners understand concepts by doing. Reading or writing learners prefer reading materials and written notes. Listening is a key skill for effective communication. It involves understanding and interpreting messages. There are different types of listening. Active listening engages fully with the speaker, often reflecting back what's heard. A critical listening evaluates the message for credibility. Empathetic listening focuses on understanding the speaker's emotions, building deeper connections. Thank you for joining us in the one-shot video on communication skills. Please like the video and keep supporting us. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Happy learning! See you in the next video with other exciting topic.